Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, you're welcome. Please click on that red subscribe button down below and click the bell icon beside it. Thank you so much. So in my last update about This Is Fate, Sonakshi and Rajat's marriage was about to start, but unfortunately during the wedding there was a big secret that was revealed, in which it was said that Sonakshi has married before and she has a daughter, and everyone were shocked to hear that Karan is the real father of Sonakshi's daughter. Let's continue from there. Karan is shocked after reading the date on the report. Mahesh along with Raki are shocked. Karan says that he doesn't believe anything they are saying, questioning what game are they playing. Preeta signals to Shelin that the game is over. Raja says that he said that if his uncle is not able to prove it, then he will marry her, but she said that he is not just blaming her family, and it is really not possible. He questions that Sonakshi blamed his family for being wrong, while her father even threatened to make them pay. He now questions Sonakshi that who is at fault. Raja says that this means that the child belongs to Karan. Sonakshi rushes out from the hall. She enters her room crying. Achala asks if they have found the proof that her daughter is at fault, because she has run away from the situation, as this proves that they are right while the other party is at fault. Karan says that they have lost their mind. They should refuse from the marriage but not blame them, because Sonakshi herself said that she doesn't want to marry, so they can leave. Achala says that they have been ashamed a lot. Yashvadan questions if they really believe that his daughter is at fault. Rajat's uncle says that they had invited their entire family to the wedding. Some of them even asked them if there is any fault, because of such is an elite class. He got curious, so he called his private detective to find out the truth about her daughter. They have a lot of respect, so he did not want his family to suffer. So if the Rachand has a lot of respect of his money, they also have a lot of care for their respect. And Karan should be ashamed that he used such a pious relationship to his own advantage, and he will meet his own ends. Karan in anger shouted at Rajat's uncle, saying that he must not talk something so wrong that he will be forced to forget that Rajat's uncle is an elder. Karan replies that at that date, he was even playing and he was a national level champion. He only considered Sonakshi to be his good and loyal friend. Rajat's uncle says that even then, there might have been some certain love which would have developed as they were such a loyal friends. Karan says that he is now losing his mind when he has assured them that there is nothing between him and Sonakshi, because he was a celebrity, and even then, if something like this had happened, then the press would have known about it. Karan wants them to leave, saying that he will otherwise throw them out of the house. Rajat's uncle replies that they will not leave until it is proved that the child belongs to Karan and Sonakshi. Raki says that they are all now crossing their limit. Achala says that is it wrong to speak the truth? Achala says that she will speak against anything which is wrong. She feels sorry for Preeta as she is such a nice girl and she did not know the truth. Preeta replies that it is because this is not the truth, and even if there is something wrong, then it did not happen with this Karan Lutra, as there might be some other person with the same name. Sonakshi is in her room crying. Her cousin sister comes there asking why she is not opening the door, as they all are blaming Karan, and Sonakshi, because of this reason, rushes back downstairs. Raja says that Sonakshi has not even denied the fact that Karan was having some relationship with her. Raja says that he can accept that Karan did not marry Sonakshi, because Sonakshi says that she did not marry anyone before, but they were in a relationship, so Karan might have a daughter with her. Karan tries to assure everyone that Sonakshi is just his friend. Raja says that he is even talking like this after being at fault. Shriti comes there warning Rajat not to talk like this with Karan. Achala stops Shriti and questions if she doesn't know how to talk, questioning her mother's upbringings. Preeta and Shriti both shouted at them, saying that they must not say anything about their mother. Kritika also comes there, saying that she has said a lot as they don't know how to give respect, as they started blaming at the wedding altar. Rajat's uncle says that they have no interest in blaming them because they came to marry their daughter but did not know that the family is not honorable. Shriti once again warns them, but Rajat's uncle asks that where does she come from, as even her talk is not sensible. Mahesh says that they want them to use such words and should think before blaming their daughter, otherwise they would have to bear the consequence. Rajat's uncle asks if they want them to question their own son and blame him. Yashvadan says that they should live with their son. Preeta thinks that it is said after every night there is a morning, and it seems that now he would have a chance to humiliate Karan. Rajat's uncle says that they should first accept that they are all at fault and they should apologize. Kritika asks Rajat uncle to stop as they are accepting him because of his age, but he wants them to apologize, while she feels that he should be the one to apologize. Rajat shouted, saying that Kritika should keep low her voice. Karan also shouted, warning him to remain calm, otherwise he also knows how to shout. Shriti shouted at Rajat. Karina also stands by her, and even Shelling get into the fight. The entire family started fighting. Preeta was standing when Sonakshi's cousin comes there, saying that Sonakshi has locked herself inside the room. Preeta even tries to inform them, however they did not listen to her, and Preeta was forced to break the vase to get their attention. She says that they are not even listening to her because Sonakshi has locked herself in the room and she is not even opening the door, but they are not listening to her. Karan rushes to Sonakshi and Rajat claps his hand and asks Kritika and Shriti that they were asking for proof, but now when they have gotten the proof, everyone is saying it casually that they made a mistake. Rajat says to Shriti and Kritika that the question is why did Sonakshi hide such a big truth, as if Sonakshi is innocent, then there was never any need to hide such a big truth. She would not have accepted any of the blame, nor would she have tried to take her own life. Rajat says that if anyone blames him of being a thief, then he would deny it, and even if anyone says that he is a murderer, he will try to prove his innocence, but he will never try to take his own life for the crime which he did not commit. Rajat asks them to not place their guilt on them because she is wrong. Preeta asks Rajat that what sort of a person is he, because he is talking like this even after knowing what Sonakshi is going through. Achela asks that what sort of a person is Preeta made of, because she is fighting for Sonakshi as if Sonakshi is her only support, knowing that Sonakshi had an affair with Karan even when she is taking her side. Sonakshi yells at them, ordering that they should stop because Karan is not the father of the child. Her child was only born because of her relationship. Sonakshi goes to Rajat and asks what did he say that he will prove himself if he was blamed and then prove himself innocent. Sonakshi says that she doesn't want to explain anything, nor does she want to give the proof, because he is not capable, as neither do they love each other, nor was there any relationship, but she feels that he is not capable, and it was a mistake that she agreed to marry him, and her father's mistake that he chose him for her. Sonakshi asks Rajat to remember when she asks if he wants to know anything about her past before their marriage. Rajat recalls when he met Sonakshi and explains that he knows what he wants to know about her, but Rajat explains that they should leave everything that happened in their past and focus on their future. Sonakshi asks if Rajat knows why she went to the hospital. Rajat replies that he doesn't care for the reason she went to the hospital. Sonakshi tries to explain that he has a chance to keep anything. Rajat questions if she wants this marriage to end. He promised to marry her. Sonakshi asks that what did Rajat say? Rajat replies that he doesn't want to know anything about Sonakshi. He fell in love with her when he saw her coming out of the hospital. Sonakshi explains that Rajat hid the fact that he loved her, so what is the point in blaming her? Sonakshi turns to her father and explains that it is his fault. He should thank all the guests and ask them to leave. Rajat, with tears in his eyes, says that Sonakshi wants him to go back. He will leave, but then Sonakshi can argue with her father, having the extramarital affair with Karan. This angers everyone. Karan shouted at Rajat, explaining that he is not that Karan and they both were just friends. Prithvi from behind says that they all know that Karan Luthra is not that Karan who is the father of Sonakshi's daughter. Prithvi asks Shriti to step aside and comes in front, then explains that they all know that he cannot do anything, as Karan is not such genius to make any girl pregnant before his marriage. Prithvi explains that they need to prove his innocence, as Rajat has brought the proof, so they should also go to the hospital. Sonakshi replies that they would all go to the hospital and dig out information about her past, which will even complicate the things. Prithvi says that she herself has said it, that she will not marry Rajat. Prithvi explains that they both will go their separate ways, but they will leave suspicion, so they need to go and end the suspicion by going to the hospital. Karan says that he doesn't want to end any suspicion. If Sonakshi has said that he is not the Karan, then she is telling the truth. Prithvi tries to explain that Karan himself says that he is a celebrity and the entire family reputation of the Luthra family will be spoiled, so they have to prove that Karan is not that Karan Luthra. Prithvi goes to Kritika, who also agrees. Then Shriti asks Karan to go to the hospital and find out the truth. Karan asks Sonakshi who is the person because they both are being blamed. Raja says that no one wants to know the truth, so he himself will go to the city hospital because they have the digital records and he will surely come back to them. Raja says that this is because he feels that Karan is the same person who impregnated Sonakshi because he saw it when Sonakshi was hot. Karan cared for her. His look was different. Karan explains that he would for the last time prove that he is not that person. Prithvi says that they need to prove that he is innocent. Rajat's uncle replies that whatever suspicion they have would end once and for all. Prithvi suggested that he feels that Mahesh and Mr. Rechan should also go and says that he also feels that he should also accompany them, so he might be off for some help. They all leave for the hospital, so Preeta goes to Karan. They both are really tensed. Prithvi enters the hospital thinking that he feels that it will be a miracle that the father of the child is the same Karan Luthra. Rajat's uncle explains that they will get the old records from the reception. Prithvi tries to explain that they need the information of their old patient. Mahesh says that on 17th May, Sonakshi Rechan gave birth in this hospital, so they need to get her admission form. But the receptionist denies and she doesn't want to give it to Yashvardhan. Prithvi says that Sonakshi's uncle should ask his detective to get the information. They have a lot of contact, but he refuses to use any contact. Rajat requested his uncle to do it for him. Yashvardhan asked them all to come and sit down. Prithvi thinks that both of the fathers are really worried while sitting, as one is waiting to know the name of the child, while the other is praying that his son's name doesn't come out as the father of the child. Karan comes to Preeta asking what she is thinking about. Preeta explains that she is really tensed, wondering how much Sonakshi has suffered in her past. Karan explains that he was worried that Preeta might be thinking wrong of him. Preeta replies that she is indeed thinking wrong of Karan because Karan claims to be the old friend of Sonakshi, and even still, Karan did not know that Sonakshi was going through a lot. Karan assures Preeta to stop taking such stress and come with him. Sherlyn comes into the kitchen and asks the cook to go as he was being called downstairs. She calls Prithvi saying that she has not forgiven him for not making Kritika cry, but she needs to ask him a question for now about who is the father of the child. Prithvi explains that they both were now trying to prove that Preeta is not pregnant, but in the process, they found another way, because if they are able to prove that Karan is the actual father of Sonakshi's child, then their own is sorted. Sherlyn asks that why is he sounding so happy. Prithvi explains that it is because if Karan is the father of the child, then their desire to seek revenge will be fulfilled. Prithvi receives a call from Kritika, so he explains that he will call Sherlyn after a while. Sherlyn sees Kritika coming, so she asks her to call and asks from Prithvi what is going on in the hospital. Sherlyn thinks that she will see if Prithvi would answer Kritika's call. Kritika says that Prithvi is not answering her call. Kritika, in a state of panic, goes to Sherlyn saying that she cannot believe that they are blaming Karan because Sonakshi is his friend since the college days, so she cannot believe what is happening. Sherlyn asks Kritika to calm down. Kritika decided to have some water before leaving. Sherlyn thinks that she wants Karan to be the father of the child. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it if you like it, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates just like this. Bye guys.